My name is Chiara. I work at MWS. I've been working this is my third summer. I was senior director for 2 years, and then this year I'm overlooking all three of the sections. So I'm basically running around all day, making sure that everything's going smoothly. Every section has what they need. I'm in contact with a lot of the staff. Like, I tend to talk to most of them and get to know everyone, because like, good staff makes a good camp and happy campers. So.
But you're not involved in the hiring process?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Why did you come back after the first year?
Because I loved it. Because it was, I've worked at many different camps. I've always worked with kids, and honestly, this is the camp I've had the most fun at, and I've had the most satisfaction from, like gratification from, like, what we do. Because other camps is like, you take care of kids during the summer because they don't know where to stay. This camp has like a purpose, and my favorite part of this camp is like seeing this purpose happening. So kids just learning about other cultures. It's not only about the English. It's like young generation opening up their minds to things they don't see in their own countries, and facing realities that they didn't even know existed. And kids are the most sincere and like open people that we have in a, in a population. So there's transparency, and you really get to know and you really understand what the culture is on the other side. So I really enjoy the making of it. So, getting these campers involved, and part of my job is to help counselors achieve this, because it doesn't come on its own all the time. It does for some children, but not all the time. And so the most important thing I find that counselors have to do, and like that our job is like to get them like actually talking, get them to do activities together, get them to, work together. Like, sometimes we do, like, I like the group bonding activities, because like, even if they have a little task and they need to work together for it, so find a way together to do it. What was it? Just the other day something happened. We had these two kids. They were in trouble, and they had to sit in the office for a couple of hours. And I gave them the remote, and I was like, if you figure out how to use it, then you can turn on the TV. So they had to work together and speak English, and and it was nice to watch.
Yeah,
I talk a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, they had to, communicate and find a way to approach the other to achieve the same goal, I guess. They were fine, best friends. So it was good. The reason why I like working with kids is because they're young, and you are still able to give them something that they can keep. Because I remember having counselors and teachers that gave me something that I still have right now. And I like that. I like trying to give what I think is important to another child. And I think what we are giving to these children, it is very important for future generations and for an open mentality for everyone. That's what I think is different at this camp, that we are giving them something that they will keep forever, and that will hopefully change but like, maybe it will influence their decisions in the future, or it will influence the way they think, the way they decide things.
Do you think he'll be back next year?
I really hope so. Absolutely. I love it here. It's a life I have for 2 months, and in where I get so much joy, and I'm happy, and just building a family with the staff, and I'm getting to know children again from all over the world, and I'm learning things. I'm also learning things. Everyone is learning things, and I really hope I'll be back.
Do long walks and...
Absolutely. When I was senior director, My kids hated me at the beginning, but then they, I think, started appreciating the fact that I made them walk everywhere. Everywhere. We walked everywhere because I thought, you are walking the streets of Toronto. There is no, like, this is great. Like, you're in a new city. You're literally living the city. You're not just watching it from the subway or from a bus. You are walking these streets, and I want you to walk every single street that we come across, because I think that's the way to learn about a city, or to like get to know the city at its peak, and just, you know, get in touch with the city. I learn something new every day. I get to know a different personality every day. I get to learn how to interact, because everyone's different, and I try my best to learn how to interact with different kinds of people. Do you know what I mean? I like knowing how to approach everyone and making them feel welcomed, and making them feel like we really want them to be here, and because that's what we want. We want them to have fun here, and everyone's different. Everyone has different fun, and everyone reacts to different personalities in different ways. And what I miss the most is to really see how that is appreciated. So see how I did get through to that child that maybe is a little bit more shy, and it's harder to get through to that one, but I did it. Like, that child had fun, and in his own way, differently from another one, but she also appreciated the camp and took something back with her. That's what I miss. I miss this whole new, always fire under my feet. I always have to do something. There's always something new that they're learning. I've been on these excursions, I think, thousands of times, but the nice and the best part of it is seeing how children react to that excursion, right? Seeing how it gets to them, to each single individual. Actually, it's funny you ask me, because today I was talking to this French boy who I picked him up at the station, and his English was, you know, he's like 10 years old. We don't expect English, but like a level, but I could 100% see that he was understanding me way more. He had a much better vocabulary. I can 100% see that in every single one of them. If I have a conversation with them at the beginning of a camp and then at the end, there is a huge difference in everyone that I have talked to.
And that's in a time frame of
2 weeks. This kid I'm talking about, he's been here for a week and a half. And I think younger kids assimilate, is that a word in English? Younger kids just take in faster than the older ones. So in this case, it was I could see it, but I definitely see an improvement in English, in their understanding and in their speaking, their vocabulary, everything, for sure. It's inevitable that when they come in big groups, they tend, like at the beginning, they definitely just arrived, they don't know anyone else, they're going to only speak to their friends. But what our counselors are there to do is to open up those groups, and because children do realize after that other people can also be their friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, they will start having contact with a different speaking child, and they will realize that there are kids outside of their group that they can definitely socialize and have things in common with. So they do come in groups. At the beginning is a little harder, but once we split them up in groups every once in a while, we get them doing activities like soccer. Sports is so important, because sports, everyone likes sports. No, I didn't mean that. Let me rephrase this. Sports is really important, because when you're playing a sport, everyone has the same goal. They're working together for the same reason, and so it just naturally unites them. It naturally makes them connect, and that then brings them to a mental connection as well. Like, that's an example of an activity that can bring them up. It's not only sports, but that's definitely what our counselors are there to do, what our staff is there to do, is to guide them towards getting to know others and opening up and building a friendship, because they do. So many of these kids, they build friendships that they maintain, and I've seen it, and it's amazing.
What's your favorite activity in camp?
Oh gosh, the island. The island is my favorite because it's just a family day. It's literally a family day. We're at the beach. Whoever wants to go biking goes biking. And on the island, if it's not only the Brazilian group that wants to go biking, right? It's everyone. So whoever wants to, coming from different countries, they're gonna go biking. You wanna go to the beach, you're at the beach. You wanna play basketball, frisbee at the picnic tables, you can do that. So I feel like a big family, and I'm their mother, basically. That's what I feel when I go to the island. But yeah, it's definitely the island. I love it.